So here we are at the fourth quarter of the year 2025. Another autumnal equinox has crept up, and once again I have not prepared myself to make a journey to Stonehenge to watch the skies turn. People gather there because the stones line up with the rising and setting sun on solstices and equinoxes, acting as both a calendar and a ritual marker of change. The fact that people thousands of years ago could drag those stones across the land and place them in such alignment has fascinated me, and yet I have never gone there at the right time. I missed the summer solstice, and the spring equinox too, both to unforeseen events, as I was preparing to try aerial photography with a new drone. I wanted to capture this land from above. It would have given me a reason to walk further, exercise, and maybe avoid being pulled into the first pub I passed. By April Fool's Day I had passed a year of sobriety. 1 week later, on a Monday morning, I woke before sunrise, stirred awake by birdsong, head clear, and for once I felt aligned with the day. Most mornings this year the sky has been heavy and grey, but that day felt different. I sat with leftover pizza, headphones on, checking new releases, feeling energized as if a spring clean might finally be possible. Then unannounced visitors arrived, breaking the rhythm. The cold and dark months have never been easy. I retreat, preserve what I can, bury myself in art projects, and explore the flood of new music now that studios can be built in bedrooms and labels are no longer gatekeepers. I know I work best with routine, but the pattern breaks when communication with those I love collapses. Whenever I need advice, or simply want to check someone I care about is safe, it feels like scheduling a business transaction. I try to treat others as I wish to be treated, but alcohol has meant I was not always there when needed. I thought of this earlier this year, when I remembered missing a call from my friend Paul one morning in 2020 or 2021 because of a hangover. We had only recently reconnected after 8 years of silence, caused by many things, not least my drinking, back when he was trying to keep his family stable. We had been catching up by phone, but I sensed a sharper cynicism in him compared with 2012 when we parted ways. We both had a taste for gallows humour. We both noticed hypocrisy and double standards everywhere, which was both hilarious and infuriating. Paul and I met at 13, united by a love of underground dance music, which we called rave or acid. He was the most defiant techno-purist I knew. I saw how his hunger for 303 bass lines spilled into the community, blasting from flats he perched in while passers-by looked up, confused yet intrigued. Later, in those final calls, he told me he had a car and wanted to drive up to see me so we could escape everything. I am still sorry that when my phone buzzed with his name one morning, I let it ring out. I thought I would call back later, but when I tried, the line would not connect. Either he had given up on me or something beyond his control had silenced him. Paul was no fan of social media. He preferred voice, conversation, presence. Though he once sent me my first ever email back in the 1990s, he never warmed to text communication. The last time I saw him face to face, he was under pressure from the mother of his baby son. I chose not to make it harder by bringing my chaos to his doorstep. He had always struggled with people who whispered behind his back, twisting the story to make him the villain. Our last conversation circled back to our mothers. Neither of us doubted their love, but both of us knew how it felt to grow up without fathers. We noticed the same traits in each other's mothers: warmth, sensitivity, but not street wisdom, a sharp contrast to the worlds we had to navigate alone. We laughed at the cliches our mothers leaned on. I wish I had a magic wand. The intention was loving, but the wish useless. When I considered contacting his brother, I searched Paul's name online. That was how I learned he had fallen from a window while in distress. I am sorry, Paul. You mattered to me. I let myself believe you were safer because you had a home, a dog, a car. I was wrong. I started compiling a tribute, but distractions pulled me away. You were the first person I hugged in this millennium, and whether I treated you well or poorly, you were my friend. I wish I'd been a better one. If we were talking now, we would laugh at the empty slogans people post about mental health and suicide, and at trigger warnings that mean nothing when reality kicks in. Life does not wait. Councils flatten familiar landscapes. People drift, and most settle. A few of us stay loyal. Last Friday marked the 100th anniversary of my father's birth, though he died in 2014. I never knew him as deeply as I wanted, but at least I knew him. Paul, I believe, never had that chance with his.